All right, so back. So we're gonna cover one more subtopic, and then we're gonna call it a day.
Yay!
Right? Yeah, we did. We've tried small. You are not a wife if. What would you say to this, baby? You're not a wife if.
I have to think about it, babe.
Let me give you a quick backstory.
Please. It's always a backstory, and you should give me the backstory every time.
Right. So, the belief system out in this space right now, in this society right now, is that not everyone needs to be in a marriage. Do you agree with that?
Yes, if they don't want to be in a marriage, they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree because, it's a choice.
Yeah. I think so too. So now understanding that, and we agree on that, right? And there are multiple ways that shows up. That could either be in the form of your result right now, if you've been waiting around for a while, and marriage is not happening. Harsh reality, unfortunately, is that maybe you're not supposed to be a wife, right? So we can look at result that way, but that's not necessarily true.
So not everybody in the world is gonna get married. Right. You know that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No, we know that in America. No, I don't actually, but this is the statistics that's been pushed around, that 3 out of every 4 black women will not be married. That's what they claim that I think it's blackdemographics.com is saying.
Is it according to the United States?
Statistics, yeah. Yes.
Because one thing I've noticed,
out of black,
yeah, and I'm gonna say in the United States,
right.
When I first got to this country, I was surprised that a lot of people are not married, but they have kids. So I think it's a cultural thing.
Right.
So I agree with that.
Right.
But where I come from in Nigeria,
right,
marriage is something that everyone wants. Right. Up till recently, maybe social media days, people are saying they don't want to be married. And when people say certain things, you just have to believe them.
Correct, yes. So that is the second part. If a person says they don't want to be married, that's okay.
Yeah.
If they're expressly saying they don't care for marriage,
right,
they get that pass.
Yeah.
They don't have to, because if they already feel that way and they're going to marriage, they're going to destroy other people for no reasons.
Yeah, so
if they fall under pressure and they
yeah,
go marry somebody, that thing will still manifest.
Yes.
Right? So if you are not a wife, you would basically say it. I'm not a wife. I don't believe in that. Right? That's one way. Now, if you're in a space where, now this is going to be controversial.
Drama.
Right. If you're in a space where you think men or women are equal and that's how you move.
So you're not a wife?
I don't think
you're not ready to be a wife.
At least not ready to be a wife. Okay. Now, when I say that, people interpret that as, one is higher than the other. No, it's not about one higher than the other. It's about understanding that there are roles. There are gender roles.
Yeah.
And they are the reality. And if you feel differently, there's a good chance that your significant other will feel different than you.
Right.
And if they feel different or they align with you right now, there's a good chance they can listen to a few videos and then start to feel differently later. And the societal construct is extremely powerful.
It is.
What people believe in the society is extremely powerful. If you listen long enough, it becomes truth. That's just like when men listen too long to men that are divorced and stuff like that on social media. Eventually, they start thinking they need to hold women accountable by being loud. It becomes the truth.
Everything have influence on you.
It has. You are human like the rest of us.
Yeah.
You're going to be influenced.
Yeah.
Some people like, I should see me.
Like if we argue and you start bringing up the Clubhouse lingos, I'm like, yo.
Yeah, because it becomes real.
Don't do what?
It can become real.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that I was the first one that detected you doing that about a year ago when maybe we had an argument, and then you used the terminology, and I felt the sting of that. I didn't like that. Like using, that's why I kick against, like when I hear people using psychological terminologies. It's like, dude, you know you're repeating the talking points. It's lame. You know, can you be original? Right. What do you mean without using the word boundaries? Without using psychological terms?
It becomes your word because you live and you dwell and you surround yourself with
it.
See, that's why I detach from those things, because
Yeah.
I know how they can have a negative influence
Yep.
on me.
Yep.
I can't do.
Yep. So I definitely think you need to understand that you're not a wife if you are kicking against traditional, conventional things that makes up the marriage institution.
Which one? Na biblical, being
No,
society.
it doesn't have to be biblical. It's just generally at this point it's society. At this point it's society. Bible has that much power over society.
Right.
Bible has that much influence over society. So it's not just biblical. It's about the marriage institution. The way people traditionally see it is that the man is the head of the household. And
But
if you,
what if you have that abnormally, like you have that one that is not the head of the house? You know,
Right.
in this country,
The beta-
I've
the
had-
beta male.
Okay, so let's use a popular person, for example, Mona Scott.
right, she has a house husband.
She has a house husband.
Right,
So they are different.
right.
Their
So to-
situation is different.
you brought up a
And
good point.
she's still a wife.
You brought up a good point. She's the husband.
Terrible, baby.
But let me push back against myself.
Okay.
All right, she's the wife because she's the female, right? But the point there is that would be the exception to the rule, right? To every rule there is exceptions, right? But it's an exception for a reason. It's highly likely that that's not going to be your situation.
Well, they love it. He works
No, you're
for
talking about that one.
Oh,
experience.
for Mona Scott.
For
and her
you,
husband.
if you're listening, if you're under the authority of my voice right now, I doubt if you are a Mona Scott.
Authority of your voice.
Right?
Okay?
I doubt it. I will bet $2,000, $3,000 that you're not a Mona Scott.
Yeah.
Even if you feel like that right now, there's a good chance that later on that's going to become problematic for you. Now, does that mean you have to be subjugated in your marriage? No, it doesn't have to be. In fact, being a wife is actually a massive benefit to it. Being in your feminine energy, there is massive power to that. The problem why people are fighting against this is because they think somehow that it always means being disempowered, right? And that's not the truth. Right.
Yeah, even women check other women. Like if you're walking around like a peacock, you're peacocking as a wife. You're like, my husband.
Right.
If they catch you,
You're a pick me.
by the time they
You're
destroy
pick me
you,
share.
by the time they destroy you,
Yes.
you won't be a wife again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So
have to
if
be,
you find yourself,
you have to be wise.
if you notice that you are a pygmishia detective,
We share this detective. No.
you just have a
Our
tendencies.
aunties.
You have tendencies to identify pygmishias. Right. There's a good chance. It's not an absolute. None of this is absolutes, by the way. There's a good chance you're not a wife. Like you said, maybe you're not ready to be a wife, right? But these are some of the things. So I get it. I get it that there's a real reason why you're kicking against the traditional values of being a wife.
Yeah.
Maybe
People
you
have been
should.
traumatized.
Maybe instead of kicking
to say.
against those things, maybe you should lean in and try to learn how to attract a husband that will make you feel the beauty of being a wife. That will not make you feel that maybe you made a terrible mistake by being a wife.
Right.
Because I understand that's a real thing. And there's a lot
Yeah,
of women
because
going through that.
there was a day, shout out to Auntie Obodo
Right.
Oyibo,
Right.
that a woman was being bashed for, being a wife. The guy
Right.
was saying that she's lazy. She's home. She's lazy. She's home. She's taking care of your children.
Right.
She's taking care of the home. You are getting fed. You come home and you take the trash out, and you think she's lazy?
Right.
Like, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So there are men that are actually out there like making women feel bad for being a wife.
being a
And
wife.
that's why women
So
don't
instead
want
of
to meet a man.
instead of
these
kicking
days.
against some of the traditional values that are part of our society, find a man that will make you feel awesome, right? And part of that could be
So
health.
how do you
It could-
find a man that will make you look feel awesome, like you just said? Because I'm sure a lot of women want to know
Right.
how they can do that.
Right.
I'm sure everyone wants a man that can make them feel awesome.
Right. The way you
You,
so the first step to that is that you need to first of all identify what men like that value. and be exactly that. What they value is being a wife, being in your feminine, being engaging your feminine energy. Engaging your feminine energy doesn't mean you start cleaning his house as
Or
a
being
boyfriend.
a doormat.
Or no, it doesn't mean that. It means it means that you've really taken the time to study successful wives. Like fuck the internet. Like get off the internet. I know we're creating content here, right? Like get off the internet and engage wives that you admire, right?
There's a guy that you follow, one
Yeah.
of the mentors that you listen to. I think is a rich Asian dude. I don't know, maybe he's into, is it
Asian dude.
yeah, his wife does not work, and they were asking her how she feels about not working, and she said, well, he goes out to take care of business, and whatever he brings is for the two of us. She was very confident about it. She wasn't shaking about it.
Right.
I'm trying to remember the Asian dude. I don't remember. He's into internet marketing. It's one of those guys.
Oh,
you watch a
really?
lot. Yeah.
I can't recall right now.
Yeah.
I listen to the person a lot.
Yeah. It's Asian.
I can't recall right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Asian and
I
Chinese.
I actually like her. I like the confidence.
A
that
woman
she
or
had.
man?
A man. But they were asking the
Is
wife,
the wife-
how she deals with.
Is the wife
The wife is not working. She doesn't work.
she doesn't
But-
work. Oh, but is the wife Asian too?
Yes. And he said he loves
What
his
part of
wife.
Asia?
I don't know. They could be Chinese. They could be.
Do they look like
Vietnamese.
Chinese or Japanese? They look like that.
Please don't let me commit a blunder on social media.
It
You
doesn't
know
matter.
how I feel about
Do they
that.
look like Chinese people?
I don't know what they all
Okay.
look the same to me. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right.
Look,
That's
don't
okay.
Get people upset.
They look the same to me
Jesus.
too.
Exactly.
All right. That's what I'm asking because Asia could be Indian, could be
No, like
could
Chinese.
be Filipinos.
Like they
Okay.
look more like Chinese or Korean or Japanese.
Oh, okay. And I listen to him a lot.
Well, baby, we're gonna figure it out later.
Joe.
Let's get back
Me
on the
not
show.
you anyway.
Of course, because they are on Clubhouse these days. You've forgotten those ones.
That's kind of a struggle for me to remember. But anyway, and I was trying to figure out they cover marriage topics a lot.
No, they don't cover
Oh,
marriage
don't-
topics. It's the
You
guys
talk about-
into internet marketing.
Okay.
And I don't know if he
You're
does
not talking about
real
Robert
estate or-
Kiyosaki, are you?
Yes. That's
He's
the guy I'm talking
divorced.
about. No. Is he divorced?
Yeah, he's in red pill now. He's
Is
red
it
pill
red pill
now.
right now?
You
The
know,
wife was saying
Somebody said never say never here.
she
again.
Robert
That's probably
Kiyosaki-
old video, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's red pilled now, but he's struggling with it, but
So
he's
what
okay with that.
happened?
Who knows?
Ah. Oh no! I was just about to brag. See, this is why you don't brag
That's
about
why you
certain
don't
things.
put people on a
Never-
pedestal.
Never say never. I was actually saying that I like the
Right.
lady's confident that she
Oh
was
yeah,
okay
he's always
with
hanging
who
out
she
with
is.
red pilled people talking
Hey,
about.
yeah.
But he's well balanced in his.
Is he?
Yeah. But she was never really a stay-at-home. She was always involved in the business too. You know.
Yeah, but isn't she more on the back?
But when I say he's red pilled,
behind the scene.
he understands the nature of a woman now. Suddenly, he was the
Not
guy.
happened to him
who-
that I didn't understand the nature of women.
I think it's many men don't understand. All men that will get married don't understand. Let me just
They
tell
don't
you
know
right now,
shit.
they don't know shit. Okay, all men that will get married, they have to learn after the fact. Okay?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I was actually listening to Barack Obama's Promised Land
Right.
on Audible.
Right.
And it's funny when he
Yep.
was talking about their relationship, and I
Yep.
was like, ooh, everyone goes through this
Everyone,
stuff.
you don't get to
does.
escape this. But the beauty that she forgot to mention earlier, the beauty is that this is how you build yourself.
Right.
This is what's gonna build you as an awesome person over time. Going through this pressure, you know,
Right.
diamond comes out of pressure, right? And that's how life works. You know, so just keep that at the back of your mind. That we're not saying negative. We don't even do that anyway. But when you hear negative, it takes work. At some point, you start saying, "What's the point of going into marriage?"
But you walk anyway. See, this is my thing. With
No. Work on another human being. What about just work on myself?
No. What I'm saying is when people say, "Oh, here it takes work,"
Uh-huh.
In your career, you work. You do what you gotta do to be who you wanna be.
Right.
So why won't you work on yourself or work on your relationship? Why is that so hard? Why do you think your relationship should just be beautiful every
Right.
day without you doing anything?
I
Makes
know.
no sense to me.
So anything that's worthwhile in life takes work. I think we can just say it that way and say she cannot. So back to the question, you're not a wife if you're taking all your how to be a wife studies on the internet. You need real life experiences to watch people. If you don't have a mother that represents what a good wife look like, find mentors. It could be from afar. You just observe them. You can ask strategic questions at strategic points, and but I would definitely say you learn from experience. And the second best way to learn how to be a wife is to really engage with other people's experience, people that are doing it successfully. There's some stuff you can learn from divorcees, but all you can learn from them is what not to do, right? Or how to avoid certain situations.
Or what they would have done differently.
What they would have done better. What they would have done. But if they're speaking from absolutes, you need to, like Shion said earlier, you have to be able to detect if they're speaking from a place of pain. If they're speaking from a place of worst case scenario, right? So I would say find best case scenario, because that's what you would do with everything else in life. Like if you were going to school to become a PhD, you don't look for worst case scenario, you look for the best case scenario, because you're looking at the possibilities and not probabilities, right? Sure. And that's how you would engage that, the same way you need to engage this. So I don't think you are a wife only if you tell me that you don't want to be a wife. Everything else is neither here or there, but I think more so it's important to learn how to be a wife, and you are a wife before you get married, just FYI. And we can pick it up, we can see it. There are people that have been divorced. I tell them, I say, you're a wife. Somebody's going to scoop you up again. And we tend to see that they don't last either, right? It is what it is. Does that mean that you're not a wife because you've been hanging around for a while and it hasn't happened? No, I'm not saying that.
Yeah, clarify that too.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but there may be.
I ain't getting dragged with you. Nah.
But it's very important that I leave room to the possibility that there may be something you should learn.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
All right, good.
You should be learning every time, every day.
All right, thank you. If you hung out with us here live.
Thank you.